What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well as we get closer to the holidays and the new year. We got some major updates and events coming in Pokemon Go during the new season called Timeless Travels. Now, along with all the new content for the month of December, we also got some major Go Battle League news, which is officially starting December 1st. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the schedule, the events, rewards, and most importantly, the attack changes and move updates that are taking place this season. So without wasting any more time, let's start things off by quickly taking a look at the season schedule. It looks like we're going to have the Great and Ultra League starting things off the first 2 weeks, with the Retro Cup making a comeback as the alternate league. So that'll be a nice change in the type of Pokemon you end up seeing, as opposed to the meta that we're normally used to. To round out the month of December, we'll have the Master League with the Holiday Cup, obviously because of the holiday season, and then we'll finish with every league available during the last week. Moving on to January, we'll have the same rotation of the normal leagues as December, but we'll have some different secondary leagues or cups. So the first week will be the Holiday Cup, Little Edition, week 2 will be the Great League Remix, and the third week will be the Fantasy Cup. So again, looks like a few leagues making comebacks during this season that we normally don't see. And finally, for February, everything else is basically the same with the exception of the Hisuian Cups. So that obviously suggests that we'll get a few more Hisuian Pokemon making their debuts, at least I hope. But overall, I think it's going to be a pretty good schedule. The only week I don't really like is the Catch Cup week towards the end of February, but we do get a rebound with that last week, so overall it's not too bad. As always, we'll have a few events centered around Go Battle League, so starting things off, we'll have a Go Battle Week rather than a weekend, so that's interesting. So that's going to take place January 19th to the 24th. We'll obviously have some nice bonuses, so 4 times Stardust. Max sets you can play will be 10, so a total of 50 battles per day, which is very nice. A free timed research will be available, and then there will also be a $1 paid timed research for some extra rewards. Looks like every league will be available during this time too, so we won't be forced to play a particular one, which is really nice. And the last event will be a Go Battle Day on February 10th, so this time we'll get the 4 times Stardust, so same as before, but instead of 50 battles, we'll get 100 for the day, along with another timed research. Looks like, unfortunately, the Master League and the Evolution Cup will be the only ones available for this, so make sure you have at least one good team depending on whatever league you want to play in that day. Next, we have the Go Battle League rewards. The only real difference I see with the guaranteed encounters are the first 2, so Hisuian, Sneasel, and Machoke will be in the rotation instead. The other ones I'm pretty sure were there last season, so we're not going to see any changes there. Moving on down to the standard encounters, these are also pretty similar to last season as well, and just by taking a quick glance, each rank has at least 2 solid Pokemon that you can get and use for PvP, which makes them definitely worth getting. And scrolling on down, we'll get that standard timed research pass as usual, which, by the way, props to Niantic for giving us those rare XL candies for completing those pages. Definitely feel like that's needed for every season, so hopefully we get them again this time. Avatar items and other rewards, so those are going to be given out depending on what rank you're at. So at Ace rank, you're going to get the gloves and the shoes. At the Veteran rank, you'll receive the pants. The Expert rank, you'll get the shirt. And at the Legend rank, you'll get this style pose that you can see at the bottom here. Alright, here's a quick summary of what Pokemon you can enter for each cup. So generally all of them are capped at 1500 CP with the exception of the Little Edition Holiday and Catch Cups. So if you don't know which Pokemon you can enter, or at least want to know the theme, feel free to check them out right here. Alright, here we go. This is big now. Okay, I don't know what all of you are expecting, but I'm hoping for at least some standouts here, or at least some type of move additions for some non-meta Pokemon. So with that being said, the first one is Mud Slap, where the energy generation is increased. So this is a unique one since it hasn't been used as often as Mud Shot, and they don't really say how much it's increased by, but it might play a nice role in some overlooked Pokemon like Golurk, Claydol, even Crocodile, so we'll see what happens with this one. Next one up is Fire Spin, where the damage is getting increased from 9 to 10, so that'll be pretty beneficial for some fire starters in particular. I think Delphox would be a good one that benefits from this. Maybe Blaziken or Ninetales even, so pretty simple, but it could be effective. Alright, what do we got next? Incinerate. So that one's getting a hefty damage buff from 15 to 20, so basically making this move even more valuable given the length of the move. So I can definitely see Ho-Oh or Talonflame benefiting here. Moving on down, we have Blaze Kick getting a nice damage buff from 55 to 60. Breaking Swipe is next, so chance to lower the opposing Pokemon's attack is no longer guaranteed. Wow. That's a big one. So again, they don't mention what the percentage is now, but honestly, even if it's above 50%, is still really good odds. Obviously a big nerf, but it'll still be a viable move, so I'm not too concerned about this one. Next we have Iron Tail with a damage buff and an increase in energy generation, so that's a big change here as well. I'm assuming they'd make this about the same stats as Ice Shard, so if that's the case, then some Pokemon like Aggron or Tyranitar will have some nice alternatives. We'll pick up the pace a little bit here, so Steel Wing will have its energy generation increased, could see a revival in flying types perhaps. Astonish is getting a damage buff, so probably similar to what Fire Spin used to be. Bubble, that's a big one. Azrael should be moving up in the Great League rankings after this one, but we'll see what happens. Scald is next, which is getting a damage buff and boosted odds at lowering the opponent's attack stat, so that move just got a lot better. Psychic getting a pretty significant damage reduction from 85 to 75, so we'll see how Metachamp plays out in Great League now. And that's it for the move changes. So what do you guys think? Honestly, they aren't too bad. I think they're just trying to balance some of these to make them similar to the other ones that are meta relevant, but at the same time, the changes to Scald and Incinerate caught my eye a bit, so I'm curious to see how they'll play out in the long run. So that's it for the move updates. Now moving on to the attack availability updates. It looks like we're starting off with Icy Wind, which is a charged attack, so Wigglytuff, Poliwrath, Abomasnow, Avalugg, Hisuian Avalugg, Frigibax, and Arctibax are getting access to this move. I don't see any that really catch my eye. Maybe Wigglytuff and Arctibax will benefit the most from this, but for the others, if you're playing more strategic, then this will offer a nice alternative. Next one we have is the move Parabolic Charge. So Deadening is getting access to this one, so joining some exclusive company here. Trailblaze is next, and there are a lot getting access to this move. So Alolan Raichu, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Persian, Ariados, Cacnea, Cacturne, Oranguru, Greedent, Nimble, Lokix, Smoliv, Dolliv, and Arboliva, hope I pronounced that one right, will now have this move. Now, I like these additions, specifically for Greedent and Cacturne. I think it provides a nice change to what they currently have, so we'll see how this one plays out. Next, we have Aerial Ace, which can be learned by Alolan Sandslash now, so that is obviously solely added to counter fighting type Pokemon. Next, we got the move Fly, which is being introduced to a bunch of flying types. So this is a charged attack that deals 80 damage and costs 45 energy, so very reliable. Looks like Starly, Staravia, Staraptor, Rufflet, Braviary, Hisuian Braviary, Fletchling, Fletchinder, Talonflame, and Vikavolt will be able to learn this. And I can already guarantee you, just by these move updates, that Talonflame is going to climb the rankings now. Honestly, not too upset about it though, since flying types got absolutely nuked last season, so hopefully we'll see a nice rebound here. We only have a couple more left, with the next one being Scald. So with that move update, this is definitely going to benefit these Pokemon. So we'll have Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, Politoed, Slowking, Galarian Slowking, Quillfish, Suicune, Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo, Wailmer, Wailord, Barboach, Whiscash, Corphish, and Crawdont. So it's a long list, but honestly, I love it. It's a great addition to the Slowpoke family, so they'll all get a very nice boost here. Suicune is going to be a sneaky one here. I think this one stands out probably the most as opposed to some of these other ones. I think with its HP and then the addition of this move, it's going to help this Pokemon out a lot. Moving on, next we have Rock Slide for Vigoroth, which is another great move for an already reliable PvP Pokemon. Toxicroak will learn Shadow Ball, and Palossand will learn Astonish, so each one has a ghost move being added to their move pool. And then finally, we'll have Triple Axle, which is being given to Articuno, Delibird, Frostlass, and Cryogonal. So out of these four, can definitely see Frostlass benefiting here, and maybe Articuno if people don't want to use Icy Wind, so we'll see how they play out. So that looks like it wraps up the PvP updates. I don't think we are seeing anything too OP happening this season. I do expect some shakeups happening, specifically in the Great League, so Frostlass is a big one along with Vigoroth, and the Slowpoke family. Obviously, Suicune can be a huge change. All of the bird Pokemon that could fly as well. Some of the moves, primarily Psychic and most of the fast attacks, got some big changes I'm pretty excited about. Overall, I'm pretty optimistic about this update. I don't think that any Pokemon got massive buffs or debuffs this season, and I think a lot of Pokemon actually benefited this time around. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know what you guys think or what you would like to see differently, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.